Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing your Walking Dead Q&A video for today. In this one, first I'm going to give my thoughts on the new sneak peek for the second half of The Walking Dead Season 7. Let me introduce you to Ezekiel, and then we'll get into more of your guys' questions. Alright, so spoiler warning, of course, if you haven't seen the mid-season finale for The Walking Dead Season 7, man, pretty awesome finale, mid-season finale that is, and I feel like the buzz for The Walking Dead is pretty much back now after episodes 7 and 8, everything back right on track. It just took a while. There was quite a bit of a lull there, I feel like, after the premiere, and, had a couple pretty good episodes, had some episodes that for Walking Dead, by Walking Dead standards, weren't that awesome, and a lot of people started to kind of get a little burned out on the show, but I feel like after episodes 7 and 8, everything is back to normal, right back to where it should be, and now we have to wait. So it's unfortunate that they saved so much of the awesome stuff until the end of the first half, and they didn't include. There was some good stuff earlier on too as well, but definitely I think 7 and 8 were standouts from this half and 1. So it's like it started off craziest moment ever for half season, and it finished at a pretty crazy moment for the half season. So really cool. So I'll put the link in the description for you guys if you haven't seen it yet. It's on AMC's official page, so you can check it out. Let me introduce you to Ezekiel, King Ezekiel. King? It's funny. So it's going to be cool to see how Rick and the others react when they see Shiva for the first time. That should be really cool in the second half. And, all kinds of discussion going on the channel the last couple days on what we think is going to happen and who the person with the boots is. And so I'll have another video for you guys on that tomorrow with who I think it is most likely. It's probably a new character. We'll get into it tomorrow. But yeah, it's just cool to see the whole group reunited in the sneak peek again. I'm thinking this one is from episode 9, probably near the beginning of the episode. So most likely, Rick and the others, just after we saw them kind of at the end of episode 8, carrying into episode 9, no time skip, nothing like that. And Jesus being so tricky, he's got like a walkie-talkie, he can listen in on them, he knows what's going on and everything. And it's also going to be really cool to see Rick and the others see Morgan and Carol. I wonder if they'll be mad once Jesus brings them to meet Ezekiel and to be introduced to them, when they find Carol and Morgan and are like, we thought you guys were dead or something. They'll probably be really happy to see them, but they'll probably be upset, like, why didn't you guys tell us that you were alive, because we all thought you were dead. Because you would think that from their point of view right now, you would definitely think that Carol is dead and Morgan are dead. After everything that's happened, it hasn't been that long in terms of a stretch of time, but if you look at everything that's happened in the meantime and just all the craziness and everything and kind of the battle and all that, you would assume that they're dead from Rick and the others' perspective in Alexandria. Crazy. So cool sneak peek. Check it out, you guys. And I really love the new feel for second half of season 7, and I think second half is going to be a lot better than the first half for sure. ChanCeNecK says, Q&A, Trev, after everything Daryl has been through this season, do we think he might go a little bit crazy? I mean, he virtually slaughtered Fat Joey. So I think he kind of already was to begin with. I mean, obviously Daryl's been through a lot in the series up until this point, losing his brother, losing a lot of the characters earlier on, losing Beth, for example, who I think he kind of took on a role of trying to protect her and that kind of thing because they were alone in the zombie apocalypse, probably feeling a bit responsible because he let her get taken and everything, or at least he was with her when that happened. So yeah, man, he's been through a lot, and being in the cell and everything could just make it even worse, I want to say. He's been through just about the worst there is now, so he's going to have a lot of pain and bent up rage, I think, inside him, just waiting for a chance to let it out. And that's why I like in the promo, which I did a breakdown for. It's in the channel. If you haven't seen it, I highly recommend you check it out. We go through everything in the new promo, Rise Up, and he's just ground and pounding the hell out of somebody. So I can't tell who it is, assuming it's probably a savior or maybe connected to this this new character that we're seeing with the boots, but he's ground and pounding the hell out of somebody. It looks pretty awesome. So looking forward to more badass Daryl moments this half season, because in the first half he didn't have any. I mean, he got to punch. He got to punch Negan in the beginning, and then at the end he gets to kill Fat Joey, I guess. It's not Fat Joey's fault, But from Daryl's perspective, I mean, he wants to get the hell out of there. He doesn't want there to be any chance of him getting captured or anything like that. He's probably not going to take any chances, and he's, been through so much pain. His aggressive drive is going to be heightened. So for him, without a second thought, he kills Fat Joey in kind of a brutal fashion, but you can understand from his perspective. And also, it's not entirely Fat Joey's fault, but Fat Joey is a part of the Negan machine, the Savior's machine. So Daryl really has no choice but to do that in order for him to get away with Jesus afterwards. Dixie Normas, nice name. I laughed out loud when Negan was telling Rick about Carl and was like, I even fed him spaghetti. So, yeah, that's true. Negan is so much fun, man, and that's one of the things I like the most about this mid-season finale and about The Walking Dead right now too, because usually we're rooting for our main group, as we are with this. Most of us are. There might be a few people that are rooting for Negan and want to see him beat Rick and the others. I don't know, but the average viewer's rooting for Rick, of course, and the others are surviving group. But you can't help but laugh at some of the stuff that happens with Negan, like when he has a temper tantrum when Lucille gets shot and everything, and the spaghetti line. There's just some really, really funny stuff that he does and that he says in the first half, and that's one of the highlights, I think, for me of the first half of this season with season 7 is there are so many funny things that Negan does or says. It's just awesome. So that's definitely a standout highlight from this first half of season 7, is that he has a lot of time, and there's just a lot of really funny stuff that he either says or he's involved with, or scenes that are funny as a result of kind of his crazy characters. So absolutely. KCF says Father Gabriel is starting to become one of my favorite characters, and for me too. It's a really weird turnaround. I mean, he was one of my least favorites when he was first introduced. A lot of us thought when we first read him in the comics or first saw him in the TV show, there had to be more to him than met the eye. Is that Transformers? Or to Father Gabriel that meets the eye. And there kind of was, that he had shot everybody out and survived on his own by shutting down. But going from there and being a character that rats out Rick and the others to Deanna, he's become a way cooler character. He's on the right side now. I feel like he's with the team, so to speak, and it's been really awesome. Also, him trying to talk Rosita out of it, I thought was really good, even though he couldn't, because, of course, after seeing that, she'd lost total control of herself and tried to kill Negan. It's kind of crazy from that range. That bullet must have been pretty messed up, because I guess from that range, you would think that she would land a shot. But granted, she hit Lucille, so I don't know how that, if it was that much off, if it was like her aim or it was the bullet that was kind of like crooked or something. I'm not sure. But either way, him trying to talk her out of it. And a lot of the stuff he does this season, because he kind of tries to talk Spencer out of it as well, too, about what's going on with him. So he's been really great, man. And I like how he, stands on guard there at Alexandria when they're gone and everything. Is really cool, man. So great character for sure. Dave G says, hey Trev, seems pretty obvious to me that the boot guy spying on Rick, Aaron, and Alexandria is Richard from the Kingdom. I don't think it is, dude. I don't think so. He has a trailer in the woods and keeps his supplies on the houseboat. After he caught Rick and Aaron stealing from him, he allowed them back to Alexandria. No, I don't think so, man. I mean, the boots didn't seem like his to me. It's a popular theory, and I decided to include in this Q&A because a lot of people have been saying that in comments, but I don't think it is Richard. Speaking of which, Julie C. says, I love the actor that plays Richard. I don't know why, but he reminds me of Russell Crowe. He has a good presence about him. Would definitely have been a good addition to Game of Thrones, I think. And you could see him fit right in with something like Game of Thrones, couldn't you? I agree. Did I hear an accent from him there? I thought I heard Irish or some kind of English accent or something when he was talking a little bit. You know how sometimes their accents kind of fade in and then you can kind of tell just a tiny bit that he might have one. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base with that, but it seems to me like, and I get what you're saying with that feel. I think he's a great character. Actually, it's kind of crazy how he's so new, but already he feels like one of our main characters. At least after the mid-season finale, he feels like a B character to me. Almost at the level of Carol and Morgan. And I really like Richard Law. I think he's a great character, and I'm excited to see him team up with Rick and the others, and I'm sure he's going to like Rick because, of course, with what Rick wants to do, he's going to be absolutely down for that 100%. Yannick Naert says, Two Far Gone is still my favorite mid-season finale. And yeah, I think it is mine as well, too. It's still my favorite mid-season finale, too. But that's because there was so much build-up to the final battle between the governor and the prison group, Rick's group at the prison. So it's pretty damn climactic. But I thought this one was a really great mid-season finale. That Too Far Gone is almost like a finale because The Walking Dead, it doesn't always end at the end of each season and then start a new story arc. Some arcs carry through. Some arcs have, like this one, this is kind of like the beginning of Negan arc of them living under his thumb. They find out that that's not going to work. They have to take a chance. They have to fight back because otherwise Negan's just going to kill them off or do whatever the hell he wants with them. And that's no way to live. It's worth fighting for your freedom. So that's kind of like that half story arc, and now we're getting into another one. But that one was like the end of the governor story arc, and that was a huge arc for the show and something we hadn't seen anything like prior. That was a big battle, and man, that was pretty impressive. So this one was great too, though, and you got the comedy from Negan. That's one thing about the governor that he did not have at all. Negan is really funny, and he kind of adds some more entertainment factor to the episodes he's in, whereas the governor didn't have that, of course, right? Exactly. Joel Humphreys says, Q&A, do you think Daryl is de-evolving more into a vicious and barbaric character? So kind of similar to what we had before. Yeah, definitely, I think he is when it needs to be. I'm sure he's still very happy to see the others and everything like that, as we got to see. But definitely he's going to probably be less hesitant than before about killing survivors when he has to, after everything he's seen from Always Accountable and helping Dwight and feeling sorry for him and not hurting Dwight or doing anything. I should have killed you type of thing. And I'm sure he's thought about that a lot, and he's probably going to be less hesitant now to pull the trigger or shoot the bolt or beat someone to death if he has to, right? Which we've seen him do now. Last one will be from Mickey, and he says, Trev, I come from the future, and the guy in the boots is someone named Brian. So we'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll get into that tomorrow. There was a casting call last summer for a character named Brian, probably who this is. So we'll discuss that tomorrow in the video, and you guys can send more Q&A questions to me for that video on the morrow. By the way, that sounds like Kingdom talk, right? On the morrow. It's like old school, old English or something. If you guys missed some videos the last couple days, check the channel. Click the channel below, or I'll post a few here. Just posted all kinds. So the review, reaction, predictions based on the promo, some kind of fun videos, the Morales video, it's kind of like a joke, fun, silly video about the guy with the boots, Dwight, comparison, the guy with the boots, and other questions in those as well, too. So if you guys missed them, I'm sure you missed some of them, check them out as well after you're done watching this video. Send me your questions for the Q&A. If you guys like the video, please don't forget to thumb it up below, check out those other videos, and subscribe to the bottom left if you're new. That's it for this one. See you guys tomorrow. As always, it's Trev, and I'm saying peace. Later, guys. See ya. What do you want us to do? I don't know, viewer. How about a subscription? Do you think that might be in order? Or is that too much to ask?